Hey everyone, Jay Reale here, and I want to introduce you to the 2025-2026 IBC World Tour. This year, the IBC is thrilled to introduce significant changes that are going to transform the way junior athletes engage with competitive bodyboarding. Let's start with the new Junior Rising Series. It's designed to elevate young talent while promoting accessibility and sustainability across the globe. Let's dive into the key aspects of this new initiative. The Junior Rising Series is an independent tour dedicated to junior men and junior women categories. By separating the junior events from the main divisions, the IBC aims to create more opportunities for young athletes to thrive without the logistical and financial pressures associated with international travel. These events will be organized locally, regionally, and nationally in partnership with federations and associations worldwide. The objectives of the Junior Rising Series are threefold. First of all, accessible competitions. You want to enable junior athletes to compete closer to home, reducing their costs and minimizing the impact on their education. Developmental pathways. We want to build a competitive structure at local and regional levels to foster talent and create stepping stones toward international success. And collaboration with federations. We want to strengthen relationships with national and regional associations to ensure grassroots development aligns with global standards. The benefits for the athletes are obvious: a cost reduction, which entails localized events, reducing those travel expenses and making competitions more accessible. Also, education-friendly events are designed to minimize the disruptions to academic schedules for these junior athletes, and it'll enable them to balance sport and education. And of course, skill development, competing in structured environments, and that will prepare the athletes for higher levels of competition. Now, let's talk about waiting periods for the Junior Rising Series. Separating the junior events from the main tour optimizes the waiting periods for Prime Series events, which we'll get to in a moment, ensuring that men and women's divisions can fully capitalize on the favorable wave conditions. This change enhances the overall quality and efficiency of the competitions. There will be a new points distribution system as well. The Junior Rising Series introduces a streamlined points system that emphasizes local and regional achievements while aligning with the broader World Tour structure. Points are allocated based on event production, quality, prize money, media coverage, and waiting periods. So the way the points are going to work, the minimum prize money for a Junior Rising Series event will only be $2,500. The event attributes, we're looking for high quality production of the event, media coverage, waiting period, and the streaming quality for the webcast. In conclusion, the Junior Rising Series, it's a groundbreaking initiative, folks, that prioritizes accessibility, affordability, and athlete development, and it invests in the next generation of professional bodyboarders. The IBC World Tour is trying to build a stronger, more inclusive future for bodyboarding, so stay tuned for more updates and join us as we ride the wave of innovation into 2025 and beyond. Let's talk about changes to the 2025-2026 IBC World Tour. Exciting things are afoot in the world of professional bodyboarding, folks. Starting in 2025, several structural changes and a new scoring system are going to be implemented to increase accessibility for athletes and promoters. Collaboration strategy is going to happen with federations and associations in different parts of the world. Within the framework of the structural changes to the tour, the IBC aims to strengthen the cooperation with these federations and associations to promote and develop the sport across all levels. The IBC will work closely with these folks to enhance that development in the sport. We'll start with the Prime Series. This is the men and women's division. The Prime Series is going to be the most prestigious events on the IBC Tour for the men's and the women's divisions. These events require a greater investment in production and a mandatory waiting period to ensure optimal wave conditions. The key features of the Prime Series: men's Prime division, minimum $35,000 in prize money, and the women's division, minimum of $25,000 in prize money for those events. We're looking for world-class waves in which an extra 250 points will be added to the event. If they're held in those kind of waves, that will be determined by IBC athletes and the technical staff. Minimum prize money, we already mentioned. Additional requirements. This is important. The events have to meet strict production, prize money, and defined waiting period standards, as well as the IBC World Tour's minimum requirements for Prime Series qualification. New events that want to be on the Prime Series have to demonstrate that high production quality and meet all of the Rising Series 3000 Prime requirements. Waiting period structure. Men's only event has to have a minimum of 10 days in the waiting period for up to 80 athletes. And if they add more athletes, up to 96 athletes, they have to add another day to that waiting period. For women's division, minimum of 7 days for up to 48 athletes in the waiting period. If it's a combined men's and women's event, minimum of 12 days in the waiting period. And that allocates for 80 men and 48 women registered in the event. If it's a men and junior grand final, 14 days minimum waiting period. 80 men, 48 juniors. Women and junior grand final, 12 days in the waiting period. That's 64 women and 48 juniors registered. If you're adding men, women, drop knee, juniors, masters women, masters men, well, these categories have to be scheduled separately before or after the Prime men and women competition period. Drop knee, masters women, masters men categories, if an event has those divisions, require a minimum of a 2-day waiting period for up to 32 registered athletes per category and cannot be combined with the main Prime men's and women's categories. If there's 3 or more events in the drop knee, masters women, or masters men categories, a circuit will be established. Should the minimum of 3 events not be met, the drop knee, masters women, or masters men titles will be awarded at a single world title event. So a lot of changes in store for the IBC World Tour. There's going to be more details on points and prize money and all of that stuff at the IBCWorldTour.com website. So check it out. Changes are afoot, and it's all good, folks. So stay tuned.